This is When the Fart Did I Become Old, the fun, edgy and unapologetically honest podcast about the experiences of ageing, where, as the title suggests, nothing is off the table. And I'm your host, Jo Parker.
And I'm Kev. And this week we're going to be talking about all things inspired by the Winter Olympics, why it's never too late to learn ski or snowboard, and what to do if your partner, unfortunately, isn't that into it. So we'll come to that later on.
I wonder who's not that into it. So we spent quite a lot of February watching the Winter Olympics.
We did.
And it's so inspiring. What occurred to me is how fast it all is. It seems to be faster than the Summer Olympics and everything. Most things apart from curling, which I still don't understand.
Not exactly fast.
Yeah, I still don't understand the rules of curling. I'm getting there, but yeah. But apart from curling, everything is really, really speedy, and hugely inspiring as well. Hugely inspiring. I mean, the fact that 3 Italian women of the age of 35 won medals, and then you look at the snowboarders that look like they're about 12. They're probably about 16 or 17. You know, there's still opportunities for older people. Obviously, the only 60-year-olds were the parents, or the audience. But nevertheless, it's still quite inspiring
I think
to
there
watch.
was a 40-year-old guy competing in one of the teams, actually.
Possibly, and there are some people making comebacks as well.
Yeah.
And some people making comebacks, and the inspiring thing is that people are trying new things. So the lovely Mia Brooks, who came fourth, sadly, she came fourth because she tried something she'd never done before and it didn't work. And you just think, looking at those, oh my goodness, some of those things that they do. I mean, we watched the ski mountaineering. Oh my God, that looks like hard work.
I didn't even really understand what that was. While I was watching it, I was like, well, what are they really trying to do?
It's so hard. It's so intense. But
is this the first year? I think this is the first year
this
they've had
is
ski
new.
mountaineering.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's like off the charts.
It's off the charts, completely off the charts. But things like curling have been popular, and skeleton. So when Matt Weston won his 2 medals, apparently 3,500 people got in touch with them. Bath. And the skeleton. And I'd never seen skeleton before. So it's like there's all of it is fast and new, and
then the border cross, not the first year for the border cross, but we did get a medal in the border cross. So Charlotte Banks and Hugh Nightingale. Yeah, I think it was a silver.
No.
Or was it bronze?
It was a gold.
It was a gold.
It was a gold.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a gold.
But that was pretty cool. It happened at the same time that the Alps was getting absolutely dumped on.
Yeah.
With obscene levels of snow.
Yeah, it was obscene levels of snow. And the interesting thing about this Olympics, which is 102 years since the first Olympics, but the interesting thing about this Olympics is it is in multi places, different places. So, for example, when we watched the closing ceremony, not everybody could make it to Verona because of where they'd been positioned in Italy, around Italy, rather than doing it in one place. And that's because they're trying to conserve energy, isn't it?
So this is the first multi-centre Winter Olympics because of the sustainability agenda. Yeah. So in previous years, you've been building facilities in some given centre or other
and now
to host every single sport.
Yeah.
And now that's considered not green enough.
Yeah.
So you need to reuse facilities wherever they might be.
Understandable.
Which is why it was badged as a tri-centre thing. It was badged as like Livigno, Cortina, Milano.
Yeah.
And some of those things are 400 kilometres apart. Right? So it's a bit of a stretch to think of it as a Winter Olympics taking place in one area, which we used to have.
Yeah.
But
it used to be pre-built specifically for that. So the next one.
The next one is the same strategy.
Yeah, but it's going to be in France.
It's going to be in France, which obviously we're very happy about because we're biased
Stomping ground.
We love France. And so the 2030, the next
2030 Winter Olympics.
The 2030 Winter Olympics is going to be not even 3 centre. It's going to be 7 centre. 7? Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's mental. So they're going to base it officially out of Nice.
Right. Which
we love.
We do.
Like, so the whole Nice Côte d'Azur zone is kind of our hood. So they're going to base it out of Nice. The only thing that's happening in Nice is going to be like skating, curling, hockey. So
Well,
all that
it's,
kind of
it's not a snowy place.
all that indoor
Yeah.
ice rinky type of stuff. That's all going to be in Nice. The ceremonies, the opening and closing ceremonies are going to be there. They're going to be in the Promenade des Anglais in Nice. They're going to use Courchevel for the ski jump. And that's pretty cool. Well, it's cool for me and my boys because we have been to Courchevel a number of times.
Seen the ski jump?
Yeah, totally. So Courchevel Le Praz, which is the lowest Courchevel resort at 1450 meters. We had like 11 years ago now, we were in a chalet in Le Praz, and it's got an enormous Olympic ski jump, like right outside your door type of thing. So no surprise that they're reusing that. They're going to use Méribel for the downhill.
Which you love, Méribel.
We do. And
You're just about to go, aren't
I'm
you?
off to Méribel in 2 weeks' time. So they're using the Roc de Fer, for those who know Méribel, they're using the Roc de Fer piste for the downhill. None of the snowboarding, bizarrely, is going to be in that Courchevel area.
Where's it going to be?
Serre Chevalier, Southern Alps,
Right.
Serre Chevalier, and Montgenèvre. So all the boarding and border cross type stuff, that's all going to be over there.
But boarding's your thing. So if we were going to go and see it, we'd have to go to a place we don't know.
Boarding is my thing. So 8th to 24th of Feb, which is why I'm wearing for those of you who can see the video, that's why I'm wearing my Burton hoodie today, in tribute to the Winter Olympics and in tribute to the fact that I'm going snowboarding in 2 weeks' time. So 8th to 24th of February 2030.
Oh, they've got the dates already.
They have indeed.
Wow.
And so you never know. By then, where are we talking now? 4 years. So by then, I'm definitely going to be retired, right?
Yeah.
So we could be out there.
We could be as one of the 60-year-old
We could be out there.
audience participants.
And I am about to go to Méribel in
You are.
2 weeks' time with a colleague of mine, friend of mine, is in his 60s, as am I. So 2 gentlemen over the age of 60 are going to go snowboarding and skiing. He skis, I board.
Yeah.
In Méribel in the middle of March. And we're hoping that, obviously, for those of you who have been watching the news recently or indeed looking at the weather forecast, you'll be aware that the Alps has literally had about 4 meters of snow.
It's been quite dangerous.
In the last 2-3 weeks, multiple avalanches, 5 out of 5 avalanche risk.
Yeah.
So we've got a couple of weeks for that just to settle down and get ready for me and Andy to arrive and for the playground of the Courchevel to be open to us completely.
Wouldn't that be lovely?
As gentlemen of a certain age. But
so yeah, I mean, the only place I know to ski is Méribel because I've done that with you once
indeed,
as a family,
as your first ever,
and
in fact only ever so far.
Well, I know back in the day I have done skiing once before. Do you remember? I was for those of you that don't know my history, I was at college in France.
Yeah,
for age 16 to 18. Yeah, it was terrible. I'm sure I told you. So we went
in the Dordogne.
In the Dordogne. We went on a trip. We went on a trip somewhere, and literally we got given about 2 weeks' notice. Would you like to go skiing? This is how much it's going to cost.
I bet you went to Andorra. You probably went to the Spanish side.
I have no idea, but we just disappeared off in a coach, and it was terrible because none of us were in ski gear. None of us knew what we were doing, and I made a complete toot to myself. So yes, I've done it once back in the day years ago. On the ski slopes badly. So I had settled, so I had decided I was never going to ski again.
Right.
So then you come along and things changed. And given that Christmas Day,
and we did a big family.
That's good. Given that Christmas Day is your birthday as well, you kind of got the monopoly on what we do at Christmas.
Yeah.
So I remember I remember when I first met Kev and he's a boarder and it's fine and he went boarding and then the first holiday he went boarding, I got phone calls every night because we were in love. And he kept saying, oh God, the beginners in the chalet, they're terrible. Oh my goodness, blah, 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 they're terrible. Beginners. And I thought, it's okay, it's fine. I'm never going to go skiing. It's absolutely fine. You'll never know about it. And then that year, so that was the spring, that was your February half term.
Yeah, it was February 2015.
2019.
I remember it well.
2019.
2015. Oh yeah, wrong year. Sorry, wrong year. 2019. Sorry, 2019.
2019. Yes. You remember it well.
Yes.
Brilliant. So 2019, and then towards the end of the year, Kev said, "Oh, I'm thinking of going boarding at Christmas." And I went, "Well, I thought we were spending Christmas together." And he went, "No, I'm going to go boarding with you." And I went, "Oh, fuck off! I'm not going skiing with you." And he went, "Why not?" It's because I know what you think about beginners. So we had this whole sort of like move around that, and we ended up having a lovely, lovely, dreamy Christmas.
We took the whole family.
We took the whole family. We took my girls and your boys. It's the first time
4
they've been
kids
on holiday.
and you and me.
The first time they've been on holiday together. The atmosphere was fantastic. The chalet was great. The food was great.
Skiing, ski out.
Skiing, so it was lovely. It was fairy tale Christmas in terms of the snow and the fireworks on Christmas Day and the downhill
I met Santa.
show. Yeah. Kev met Santa on Christmas Day morning. We were all learning how to ski. When Kev met Santa, there is a photograph somewhere in the album of Kev and Santa out on the slopes.
And you bought me what was actually my best, I think it's my best ever birthday present.
Yay!
When you bought me a paragliding trip.
I did.
Off the summit of, where Courchevel and Méribel meet, the top of the Solier. So 2,750 meters.
Yeah.
And
you still got that on video somewhere?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I went paragliding and with my snowboard.
Should we put a little bit of that in there?
We will put a bit of that paragliding video on there because we dive bombed the Folly Deuce.
You did.
And other things.
Yeah, you did. So and allegedly, I learnt to ski age 57.
Yeah. And you did. Despite protestations.
Despite protestations.
You did learn to ski. Yeah. And I have video evidence. We're going to put that in there too, actually. I have video evidence of Jo skiing because she routinely says in arguments or conversations over dinner with friends that she can't ski and that's why she's never doing it again. She absolutely can. I've got the video evidence. We're going to stick that up on YouTube because you can ski. Even though I know you thought it was painful and,
Yeah, and so we looking at whether it's too late to learn to ski or snowboard, when's too late, if it's ever too late to learn to ski. And I don't think that 57 when I learned to ski is too late to learn to ski or snowboard. It's whether or not I want to learn to ski or snowboard at that age. Because in theory you can do anything. So
so the average age that older people learn to ski in Canada, I've got some stats from Whistler, which I used to go to Whistler a lot. 45, average age of a new first time skier in ski school, 45. Wow. So midlife, definitely capable. And if you look at why would young people learn, why would older people learn, are they able to learn? So cognitively, they're able to learn.
An older person?
Yeah, absolutely. And they did a comparison of cognitive skills of 50 plus versus 12-year-olds. And it was like the 50 pluses had more cognitive skills than a 12-year-old.
But
the downside was that the 50 plus people learning to ski are so scared of falling. And this is actually the biggest problem that the ski schools have for them.
Yeah.
Is that because they're so scared of the prospect of a fall.
Yeah.
They get themselves into all sorts of bad habits and bad positions and they ski badly or snowboard badly because they're trying to preempt and avoiding a fall that hasn't happened yet and consequently that they actually make life worse for themselves. But that's your biggest problem is the psychological problem.
And I can
it's not a skill issue.
I get that.
And there's a general level of fitness thing, which is admittedly, you're at high altitude, you're going to be doing exercise.
Yeah.
If you aren't physically fit, it probably is not going to be an easy experience, right? You do need to be some degree of physical fitness. But lots of other benefits of why you should learn to ski or why you should learn to snowboard at an older age. Physical activity is proven to be good for you. So physical activity improves mood, reduces anxiety, reduces depression, being active is also something that gives you social engagement when you're on a ski trip. Ski trips are inherently social things, right? So you can get lessons in groups. You're in a chalet often in groups. It's a very, very social thing. You're in bars, obviously, both at lunchtime and in the evenings.
Yeah.
Skiing is good. Skiing and boarding, good cardiovascular workouts. They exercise multiple muscle groups, core, quads, calves. Good for balance. Good for agility. A million good reasons why you should do some winter sports.
But
not to mention the actual scenery. The scenery is glorious, right? Absolutely stunning, wasn't it?
Excuse me.
When you had your blue sky days. You do need bluebird days. And you can kind of decrease the fear factor by doing some lessons somewhere like a snow centre. We went to Hemel. We took you to Hemel Hempstead and gave you tuition
We did.
before you went away.
Not that worked, but we did.
There's also snow centres in.
So I did have a psychological problem, right?
You did.
And I admit that. So there's fear of falling, and I did fall. But somebody who will remain nameless told me it was easy. So I had it in my head that I should be able to master this quite quickly. And of course, when I didn't, so the stress set in. So in terms of like being able to just go with it and learn as I go, I didn't allow myself that. So it was really difficult for me to be able to go, yeah, okay, I don't have any pressure on me at all. If I don't ski by the end of the week, I don't ski. But like, my God, I sweated buckets trying to learn to ski because I've been told it was easy.
And you succeeded despite frustrations. But But the idea that people 50 plus should go skiing, or indeed could go skiing.
Yeah.
I was a bit surprised actually about the volume of people over the age of 50 who are indeed skiers, more so than boarders. Admittedly, I'm one of the few boarders who is of my age, right? Most people don't snowboard at 60 plus, but skiing hugely popular for the over 50s. And
why?
Well, why? Good question. So a lot of it is an activity-based holiday, right? A lot of it is around the friendship and community of an activity-based group holiday. And for those who are struggling to get those groups together, so in fact, we were talking to a friend of ours only 5 minutes ago who used to go on a dad's ski trip.
All right.
And he's been doing it for about 10, 12
Didn't
years.
know that.
Yeah, Richard was doing it about 10, 12 years. And it's just kind of dissolved now. Now, the problem there is your kids leave school, and so the dad groups dissolve, right, when your kids leave school and go to uni. But funnily enough, there appear to be about a handful of organisations and companies now expressly offering ski trips for the over 50s, which I didn't know about.
But why would you? Because
I was surprised.
Yeah.
So there's a few of them. I'll put the links in the bio. But I mean, there's places like the Ski Gathering, Snow Camps Europe, Ski World over 50s, Ski Club of Great Britain has a program called Fresh Tracks for over 60s, and there's another one in the States actually called ARPO 50 Ski Club. Now, what a lot of these organisations actually do is they facilitate group bookings of chalets, right?
Yeah, right.
And you can go either with a couple of friends, right?
Yeah.
Take a few rooms, or you can go as a single. So you can go solo if you haven't got friends who still want to ski, but you still want to ski. And it's all obviously over 50, right? Yeah. So you're not going to have a bunch of kids running around or even worse, 20-year-olds getting rolling drunk and, bowling you over on the slopes. So it's kind of like a sort of a socially tailored sort of safe space on a holiday if you are older and if you want to still ski, but not ski like an idiot.
But what about, because I said we those are for people who ski.
Or you can snowboard.
I mean, but those are people who know how to do it.
Yeah.
So how do we, because by the way, in case you hadn't guessed, it's me that's not too keen on the idea of skiing. How do we manage this? Whereas you absolutely love boarding, you love being on the snow, you love the whole winter, sun, snow, après ski, lunch in the mountains, let's go down the mountains really quickly, and let's have a drink at the bottom. And how do we manage that where I'm not so keen?
Club Med, one of the big providers of all-inclusive holidays in the mountains, right? In term time now, they're actually doing a thing called social skiing, right?
Right.
Where you can get free tuition, free guiding as part of the whole Club Med package, right? And so they actually have some deals for, let's call them adults, shall we?
For us.
Adults like us, yeah, travelling without children.
Right.
In term time. So
do they? So you're saying there are no kids around?
Yeah, because the kids are at school.
Okay. Because I read some of the reviews where it said we could be aware of the kids running around the corridors.
Well, yeah, that's if you go in school holidays,
Yeah.
Clubmo is going to be a bit of a disaster if you don't like children, because you're going to find a lot of them there.
Well, it's not they don't like children. It's I don't want to get knocked over by a child.
No.
And the whole thing, when we went, although it was lovely, and it really was beautiful out there, it's fucking crowded, loads and loads of people. It's Christmas.
Yeah.
It was, it wasn't relaxing.
So you've got, right, so if you are in that situation, not just you and me, but if you are in a situation where your partner, for whatever reason, is less excited or less enthused about the prospect.
Well, we're looking at it from will we ever ski again
or
together,
less, or different skill levels, right? You can do it that way. Then, so there's a couple of different things you can look at in terms of how you do that holiday, right?
Okay,
now,
so entice me into another ski.
Right, well, so first of all, let's do a sales pitch on how I've changed over the last 25 years.
Okay.
So 25 years ago, it would absolutely have been first tracks, on like the 8:30 first tracks pass.
Right.
You're up there, top of the hill.
Yeah.
You're doing, I don't know, dozen plus runs before lunch. Yeah, absolutely. Like it would all been about the volume and the pace and everything. And I'm not quite as excited about that anymore.
Okay.
Right? I'm happy to have a slightly softer get up in the morning.
Right.
I'm happy to do some nice cruisy blues, some nice scenery, stop for hot chocolate. Oh, I'm all good with that. So it's not quite as full adrenaline as you might have imagined, and certainly wasn't like it was 10 years, 20 years ago.
Okay.
So there's that. But if you're with a partner and you've got this balance to try and strike, you have a number of choices.
Okay.
Right. So
one, don't tell them it's easy.
Let's skip over that one. So first choice, just don't take them.
Right. True.
Leave them at home.
Yep, which is what you're doing.
Go with friends.
Andy. Absolutely.
Have a great time.
Lovely.
Don't burden your partner with that challenge.
There is that.
Second choice, take them, teach them yourself.
Oh my God, no, don't do that.
Terrible idea. Completely terrible idea. Every article I've read about it says that is if you want to destroy your relationship,
absolutely.
And you may even come home separately on different planes, do not ever try and teach your partner to ski or snowboard.
No.
It will be a disaster.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Next option. Take them, leave them in ski school for the whole week in a safe environment, right? And just see them at dinner for the entire week. So, okay, you could try that.
But we're not skiing together then. So
I know.
The point of view, let's go to the mountains together is...
So that's not a brilliant option either, right?
Okay.
So that's not...
There's other options.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, I can't, don't do it.
No. Next option.
No, I can't. Don't do it.
Next option, sweeten the deal, right?
You have missed out the option where I come and don't ski. Just meet you on the mountains for lunch.
Well, that could be part of the next option. It could be part of sweeten the deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you've got this sort of balance to strike, you're going to have to compromise, right? And you're going to have to accept that there are some on-mountain activities and some off-mountain activities available, right? So don't choose a resort or a hotel or a chalet or whatever where there's nothing else to do other than ski or snowboard.
Yeah.
Right? If you choose that, you're backing your partner.
And it's black runs into the house, into the chalet. It's not good.
So you need to choose the right resort. Choose one that's got other options, whether it's mountain activities like skidoo, treks or snowshoeing, or whether it's, spa type stuff off the mountain. Second thing under the sweeten the deal thing.
Okay.
If you're going to do some stuff on the mountain separately at any point during that week, make sure you are back by 4 o'clock.
Okay.
You need to share the après experience and you need to be there for après and for dinner so that your partner's not deserted the entire time. Third thing, actually do the other activities that are not skiing or snowboarding. So do some other things, go for an ice plunge, go for a snowshoe hike,
I don't want to do that.
go for a skidoo tour or trek or reindeer trek or whatever it is, but do some stuff that's a shared activity that you can both enjoy together on the mountain. Avoid teaching your partner at all costs, absolutely, as I mentioned before.
Yeah, definitely.
But you need to be building a shared set of experiences so that the thing is net positive for the two of you.
Yeah.
Right? And then carry that away. And we did get some shared experiences on the last holiday that you take away positive.
Well, lunch.
Hot tub.
We did lunch. We did the hot tub, yeah, and lunch.
Lots of lunches.
Lunches, yeah. But we did one ski together. One ski or two?
No,
Two skis.
we did a
two.
few.
We did one
did a
where you skied off, you boarded off, and I hurt myself.
Yeah, and then you had a bit of a sense of humour.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the man who said, "I'll ski with you. Don't worry about me." And other people helped me up, but that's okay. It's fine. I'm over it. It's only 6 years ago. I'm fine. And then we skied together on the last day.
We did.
Yeah,
We did.
yeah, yeah.
And I didn't get angry when you lost my children either.
I didn't lose your children. I did not lose your children. I let your children
I came
do
back
things.
from the paragliding.
No, yeah, okay.
And my children were not there.
Right.
And
okay.
and I said, "Where are they?"
Well, and I'd let
And
one.
you said they've gone off.
No, you took one with you.
Well, one
He
did
got lost on the way
accidentally.
back.
One did. Yeah.
He
So
got
I
lost on the way
took-
back.
How old were they at the time?
I don't know. Zach was 15 and Ethan was 13.
12.
13?
I think Ethan was 12.
Anyway, 13. Let's go 13.
Okay. So the 15-year-old I did accidentally. Well, I say accidentally.
he lost.
I left him at the top of the
And
mountain.
I let this 13-year-old go and meet a mate.
You did, yeah. And
Well, I figured he was all right.
so when you bought me the paragliding thing,
Yeah.
which I was very excited about, originally this was not going to be just me, right? There was going to be like 3 of us doing it.
Well,
It
we
was going to be like
couldn't
a
give it a go.
family, let's all
But
go
we couldn't get there because we
paragliding,
couldn't ski.
be amazing.
So, yeah.
Bunch of you bailed out and it was just me on
Yeah.
the day. And then I was like, okay, fine, I'm okay with that. I'll go do the paragliding from the peak. That's okay. Who's going to come with me and watch?
Nobody.
And none of you wanted to come with me
There
and
was
watch.
there was a slope down to it, so the girls,
Right.
couldn't make it.
So I was
Ethan wanted to go
well,
with
okay, I shall take the eldest son. That is the sacrifice. I shall take my eldest son. He has to come with dad. So I took the eldest son to the peak and said, right, you have to photograph me because somebody has to prove that this happened. So I then took him off piste. I took him off piste to the launch site. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's hope his mother's not listening to
And
this.
he'd never been alone on the mountain before. He's always ridden with me, right? And so I took him off piste to the launch point.
And then left him to
And then
come
I
down.
took off with the instructor and the parachute. Lovely. And I said to him, I said, when I go, I said, you just need to follow the signs that say Méribel. Like, any sign that says Méribel, follow that. I'll take you back down. You'll be fine. You'll be
He
fine.
didn't, did he?
He didn't. So when I landed and met up with you by the chalet and said, where's Zach? You're like, I haven't seen him. No answer on the mobile, no text, nothing. Eventually we got hold of him. And he was like, oh, it was such a lovely day, Dad. I thought I'd go to Courchevel. I was like, you're in a different fucking resort. You're in a different fucking resort. So could you possibly get back to Méribel by 1 o'clock? Maybe. So we could meet for lunch. I was thinking, Jesus Christ, if he dies, I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
I'm in trouble. And then, as you say, the 13-year-old had said to you,
Can I go?
can I go and meet a friend? So in a foreign country, in a mountain resort,
Yeah.
you
it's
said
not
to the
fair.
13-year-old, yeah, off you go, Ethan. So he buggered off to meet some random that he'd met in ski school. And I had the same problem with him, which is I couldn't get back, couldn't get hold of him. Eventually he was like, oh, do I have to
So
meet
that's
you
that's a
first?
completely different story because I'm not used to
Anyway.
boys. No, I'm not used to boys not telling us. where they
Nevertheless,
are.
it was a brilliant family holiday.
A family holiday, and because of it, the boys had a great time because I let Ethan go and do things.
So that is the funny thing is that if you ask both boys what was their best holiday ever, they will say that family ski trip to Méribel is the best holiday they've ever had. So, having said all of that, the big question is, are you ever going to come on another ski trip with me?
I don't know.
You don't know.
No.
Okay, right. But can I work on you with that?
Yeah, and to be fair, I have met a coach, a ski coach. So I met an event. I met a lady who coaches women who have lost their confidence to go skiing again.
Right.
So there's a whole thing around women around the age of 45. They lose their confidence for various reasons about getting back onto skis or starting in my case. So she's going to be coming on the show anyway, and so we are having a little chat about me. I don't know whether I'm going to do that on air or not, but there is bits of trauma around it. But yeah, I'm willing to have another look at it. And see. I'm not committing to doing it.
Okay, that gives me some hope for the future.
Absolutely. And of course, the other alternative, which I kept saying, is I can come and not ski at all. And meet you for lunch.
I'm okay with that. I'll take that. I'll take that as like a least worst option.
Okay. All right. Brilliant. So in conclusion, it's never too late to learn to ski. It's just whether or not you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then if you're not sure about whether or not you want to, in a couple of weeks, there'll be an episode about how to get some ski coaching around what it is that stops you from wanting to ski. And as Kev alluded to earlier, it's mainly the fear of falling, we think, and hurting yourself.
And hopefully by then I've come back from Méribel with even more tales of how amazing it was.
Yeah.
To try and seduce you to another trip to the Alps.
Okay. Let's see how that goes.
Okay. Right. Thanks very much, everybody, for this week. That's a wrap for this week.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
We'll be back with something completely different next week. Cheers.